Welcome back to our channel, where we share updates and untold stories about Catherine, Princess of Wales, and her royal family. Today, we bring you some news. Prince William fights against Camilla after she threw his mom's wedding photo revealed. In the quiet hallways of the palace, where each stone recounts tales of history and obligation, a surprising discovery has caused upheaval among the royal family. Prince William, persistently affected by nuanced alterations in royal relics and the steady diminishment of his mother's influence, has now initiated a resolute endeavor to restore the legacy of Princess Diana. A top palace source said that Camilla, in a shocking departure from royal convention, disposed of Princess Diana's wedding portrait, a symbolic move intended to reduce her standing upon joining the royal family. For decades, the public has revered Princess Diana as the people's princess, an emblem of compassion, grace, and poignant vulnerability whose influence extends beyond the opulent boundaries of Buckingham Palace. However, underneath the acclaim resided a personal conflict, a subtle revision of history inside the esteemed corridors of the palace. As his mother's memory diminishes, Prince William has assumed the role of a custodian intent on reinstating her significance in the royal story. A high-ranking royal officer disclosed to him the events that occurred behind closed doors at Clarence House. An astonishing disclosure within royal enclosures. On an unremarkable day at the palace, the seasoned chief, a servant of the institution for decades, conveyed to Prince William information that would shortly alter the royal narrative. According to his story, Camilla had assumed the responsibility to dispose of a remnant of considerably more significance than a simple image. This artifact was the wedding picture of Princess Diana, an image that once reflected her significant status within the royal family. Nonetheless, the loss was not just an issue of interior design. The intentional removal was imbued with significance. By deleting the photos, Camilla symbolically aimed to obliterate Diana's enduring impact and detach her legacy from the royal story. This discovery was profoundly unsettling for Prince William, who had cherished every memory of his mother. The wedding picture, once a vivid symbol of a rich history and an optimistic future, is now concealed in the palace archives, a victim of the new epoch initiated by King Charles and Camilla's rule. Shock and fury swiftly evolved into a mission. Recovering his mother's legacy was not only an emotional pursuit, but a struggle for historical truth. The significance of an icon, the importance of the wedding photograph. Princess Diana's 1,981 nuptials to Prince Charles transcended mere ceremony. It was a cultural landmark that enthralled the globe. The wedding image, taken by a distinguished photographer, preserved her beauty, elegance, and the assurance of a romantic fairy tale. Moreover, it served as a public monument to Diana's position as both a beloved consort and an emblem of modernity inside the royal institution. Each piece of the portrait was infused with a profound history, a testament that even inside a tradition-bound monarchy, kindness, empathy, and transformation could exist. Camilla's actions resulting in the picture's removal from prominent display spaces at Clarence House were far more than a mere cosmetic alteration. The action was a calculated measure to redefine the parameters of royal remembrance, suggesting a shift in how Princess Diana's influence is remembered. For Prince William, whose memories of his mother were inextricably linked to that emblematic picture, the action was not only an aesthetic choice, it was a calculated effort to alter history. The quiet conflict, Camilla's discreet revision of historical narratives. Royal houses transcend mere palatial structures. They serve as dynamic repositories that encapsulate centuries of heritage. Each image, item, and personal memory in these hallways has profound significance, narrating tales of success, adversity, and heritage. Upon Camilla's establishment at Clarence House, the alterations were neither conspicuous nor sudden. They were deliberate, strategic, and profoundly symbolic. A royal source said that personal keepsakes linked to Princess Diana, particularly her wedding photos, started to vanish from public display. These things were not annihilated, but were progressively relegated to obscurity, relocated to concealed areas far from the scrutiny of visiting dignitaries and the media. For some individuals inside the palace, this subtle cleansing represented not only a modification in aesthetics, but a deliberate realignment of the household's identity. The wedding image symbolized a past epoch, which Camilla seemed resolute in abandoning as she embarked on a new phase with King Charles. The methodical dismantling was not only aesthetic, it was a strategic operation intended to indicate the replacement of the previous order. By relegating the wedding photo to obscurity, Camilla's staff successfully redefined the contours of royal history. For Prince William, the action seemed like a betrayal, a deliberate endeavor to undermine the lasting legacy of his mother and to disconnect her memory from the institution she had aided in modernizing. Prince William's reaction, a son's resolute response. Upon learning of the abandoned painting, Prince William was engulfed with shock and sorrow. For him, the wedding photo transcended mere objecthood. It was a vivid recollection of his mother, always evoking the love and compassion she infused into his life. The notion that an individual would unilaterally undermine her legacy by concealing that picture was intolerable. For William, the process was not just the removal of an object from a wall. It was an endeavor to redefine the story of Princess Diana's identity and her significance. In the subsequent days, the initial astonishment transitioned into a steadfast determination. Discreet discussions with trustworthy advisors and intimate family members eventually disclosed that this matter was beyond a mere snapshot. It was a struggle for historical truth and personal redemption. For Prince William, reinstating his mother's proper position in history was both a question of justice and an homage to her lasting impact. He infused every dialogue and strategy with the intent to combat what he perceived as an insult to the legacy of the people's princess. Royal protocols and historical precedents, a non-traditional transition. To comprehend the whole importance of the palace chief's disclosure, one must understand the stringent regulations that regulate royal relics. Each decorating element, from portraits to personal artifacts, imbues the British monarchy with profound historical significance. When a new member enters the royal family, it is customary to modify the presentation of royal homes while maintaining respect for tradition. The royal family often relocates items linked to past members instead of disposing of them, thereby maintaining the continuity of history. Historically, shifts inside the palace, such as the relocation of portraits when Queen Elizabeth I began residing at Buckingham Palace, were executed with profound respect for preceding epochs. Conversely, Princess Diana's wedding photo significantly diverged from these traditional standards. Instead of meticulous preservation or quiet recontextualization, the public essentially discarded the image. Many saw this action as a conscious disconnection from the legacy of a lady who had reconciled tradition and modernity. The palace chief's statement clarified that the removal of the painting was not a spontaneous act, but a well-planned move intended to promote a new narrative that marginalized Princess Diana's accomplishments. For Prince William and admirers of his mother, the act served as a poignant reminder that history can be manipulated by people in authority, often to the detriment of valued memories and legacies. The political and emotional consequences. The ramifications of this disclosure go far beyond the confines of Clarence House. In the domain of public opinion, symbols and artifacts significantly influence collective memory. For decades, Princess Diana's image functioned as a symbol of optimism and modernity, counteracting the somewhat rigid traditions of the monarchy. People perceived the removal of her wedding photo as an attempt to diminish her lasting influence on the institution. The personal toll on Prince William was substantial. His mother's legacy was inextricably linked to the qualities she embodied: empathy, perseverance, and an unwavering dedication to the public good. He considered the intentional obfuscation of her legacy an insult to her memory and the monarchy's ideals. As rumors of the palace chief's disclosures expanded into a widespread discourse among royal observers and the general populace, calls intensified for the reinstatement of the wedding image to its appropriate location, a vibrant homage to the lady who had transformed the essence of contemporary royalty. In discussions with his closest advisors, Prince William expressed a vision that transcended individual sorrow. He articulated a wider obligation to guarantee that royal historical relics function as truthful connections to the past, safeguarding lessons and legacies for future generations. The image's removal dishonored his mother and threatened the monarchy, he believed. The comprehensive discourse, tradition against modernity. This episode has ignited a fresh discourse over the equilibrium between upholding tradition and adopting modernity within the royal family. For decades, the British monarchy has endeavoured to preserve its illustrious history while adapting to modern demands. The present dispute exemplifies that conflict well. On one side are proponents who contend that a dynamic institution must evolve, even if it necessitates a reinterpretation of its past. Conversely, supporters of historical preservation see such alterations as perilous revisionism that undermines the organization's roots. Opinions inside the palace are polarized. Some endorse the modernization initiatives and the accompanying nuanced alterations, while others see the removal of Princess Diana's wedding image as a betrayal, a symbolic gesture that weakens historical continuity. For Prince William, the meaning transcends simple aesthetics or decor. The situation raises a significant issue of identity. If the physical manifestations of history can be readily modified, what implications does this have for the institution's integrity? The path forward, an unwavering objective. Following this discovery, Prince William has been rallying support from trustworthy family members, historians, and the British public. A profound dedication to commemorate his mother's legacy drives his endeavour, subtly orchestrated behind the scenes. His objective is unequivocal: to reconstruct the royal narrative so that each relic and reminiscence linked to Princess Diana is accorded its appropriate significance within the context of a contemporary monarchy. Conversations with palace curators have begun, focusing on a proposed display that highlights Princess Diana's images while contextualizing her influence on the modernization of the monarchy. This exhibition is intended not just as a memorial, but as an educational experience about her philanthropic efforts, empathetic disposition, and revolutionary impact on the royal institution. Prince William believes that such an undertaking would function as a corrective measure, ensuring that any endeavor to alter history is countered by a vigorous effort to safeguard it. The disclosures on the abandoned wedding photo have, in several respects, served as a catalyst for re-evaluating the management of royal relics. For Prince William, each mislaid item serves as a summons to action, a reminder that historical veracity and integrity must remain unblemished by political expediency or personal ambition. Reasserting the discourse, a nationwide appeal for action. As the dispute has intensified, individuals worldwide have begun to express their opinions. Royal specialists, historians, and the public have supported Prince William's appeal for openness and respect for royal history. Their message is clear: we must convey Princess Diana's narrative in its entirety, without any omissions or distortions. The wedding image serves as a significant symbol, a concrete reminder that the principles she advocated continue to be integral to the monarchy's character. Prince William's initiative serves as a clarion call, not just for the reinstatement of a singular image, but for the recapture of a story that has often been altered for political or aesthetic purposes. In his meticulously crafted public statements, he has alluded to intentions to partner with independent historians and cultural organizations. This joint endeavor aims to chronicle the authentic history of Princess Diana's life and legacy, guaranteeing that future generations comprehend the extent of her impact and the sacrifices she made for societal improvement. The resilient essence of Princess Diana. Amidst these tumultuous times, one fact remains constant: Princess Diana's legacy persists. Notwithstanding efforts to erase her memory, her impact endures in the hearts of those who revered her. Her unwavering devotion to humanitarian efforts, genuine empathy for individuals from all backgrounds, and steadfast determination to effect change have solidified her historical significance. A single act of removal from an image cannot obliterate these attributes, representative of the people's princess. For Prince William, restoring his mother's legacy involves both mending personal injuries and rectifying a historical injustice. Each action he undertakes, every dialogue with royal insiders, every subtle public declaration is motivated by the desire to reinstate Princess Diana's proper position in the chronicles of British history. His voyage exemplifies that a genuine legacy is not simply obliterated. It persists in memory, inside the hearts of individuals, and in the essence of history. A pivotal moment in monarchical history. The palace chief's disclosure about Camilla's choice to remove the wedding photo has initiated a sequence of events that might potentially reshape the curation of royal history. A modest interior redecoration has evolved into a national discourse over heritage, identity, and the sanctity of historical memory. This episode represents a broader dilemma inside the monarchy, a tension between the need to embrace contemporary values and the obligation to respect a historically significant past.
As further information surfaces from inside the palace, Prince William's resolve to restore his mother's legacy is resonating with advocates both within and outside the royal family.
Every revelation, be it a quiet conversation in the halls of Clarence House or a public demonstration advocating for the reinstatement of the famous portrait, strengthens the case for the comprehensive preservation of Princess Diana's legacy, reinstating honor and remembrance. In the intricate fabric of the British monarchy, few elements are as vivid and lasting as Princess Diana. The revelation that Camilla disposed of her wedding portrait, a calculated action many see as an effort to obliterate her legacy, has provoked intense anger in Prince William. At the vanguard of a movement to recover the historical narrative, his objective is unequivocal: to restore his mother's memory, not only as a personal homage, but as a national need. For Prince William, each action in this campaign serves as a declaration against the degradation of history. His endeavors seek to underline that the tangible markers of history, be it a treasured snapshot or an overlooked artifact, are essential for comprehending the principles and sacrifices that have molded the country. Reinstating the bridal photo beyond the sheer act of adorning a wall, it is about preserving the intricate narrative of Princess Diana, characterized by complexity, compassion, and bravery, as a beacon for future generations. Prince William's resolute effort exemplifies the lasting influence of memory in a time when people may alter history for convenience or to fulfill modern objectives. This is a plea for honesty, integrity, and respect in the management of royal history principles that, when adopted, guarantee that the legacy of the people's princess remains prominent. As the discourse continues and the palace engages in further reflection, one fact is evident: Princess Diana's legacy is non-negotiable. Her memory, immortalized in that emblematic wedding photo and in the many lives she influenced, will continue to inspire others. Under Prince William's watchful protection, her narrative will be immortalized, an everlasting homage to a lady whose empathy and dedication reshaped both the royal institution and the spirit of a country. Within the royal hallways, where history is inscribed in every stone, a new tale is unfolding, one in which truth, honor, and memory remain unassailable. Prince William's endeavor serves as a reminder that while the tangible markers of history may be altered or eliminated by those in authority, the essence of Princess Diana and the insights she provided will persist as an everlasting guide for the future of the British monarchy. Thank you for watching the video. Please let us know your thoughts. And goodbye for now.